Optimize your nutrition with Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal service. Factor's fresh, never-frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Choose from 40 weekly options across 8 dietary preferences, like Calorie Smart and Protein Plus. Factor's keto meals can help you lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks. Get started at factormeals.com/factor50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Weight loss with Factor Keto based on a randomized controlled clinical trial. Results will vary depending on diet and exercise.
PayPal lets you pay all your pals, like your graduation gifters.
Who's paying for the mattress topper?
You mean the beanbag chair?
Aren't we getting a mini fridge?
Can we create a pool on PayPal? It lets us collect the money before we buy.
Ooh, yes, that's smart.
Glad we can agree on something.
Easily pool, split, and send money with PayPal. Get started in the PayPal app. A PayPal account is required to send and receive money. A balance account is required to create a pool.
Struggling to get out of bed? It might be time for an upgrade. Lisa makes exceptionally comfortable mattresses designed for every body and budget. But what truly sets them apart is their commitment to giving back. Since 2015, they've donated over 41,000 mattresses nationwide. Elevate your sleep in your space with Lisa. Go to lisa.com for 20% off their award-winning mattresses, plus an extra $50 off with promo code IHEART. That's LEESA.com. Promo code IHEART for an extra $50 off.
When it comes to playtime, never let your squad down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Push your gameplay beyond performance with 13th Gen Intel Core processors. Upgrade to smooth, high-quality streaming with Intel Wi-Fi 6E. And maximize game performance with enhanced overclocking. Win the tech search and head to Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. And join Muss and Miller Lite at Stacy's Sports Grill in Stacy this Thursday from 5 to 7. You can stop by to register for a chance to win a spot in the Vikings Foundation Golf Tournament. Get the full details on KFAN.com, keyword golf.
Stacy's a sweet little town. Good morning to everybody in Stacy, and thanks to everybody who called in, including our sweet Lord, for the first edition of What's on Your Mind. Guernsey said he was going to call in. He had some things on his mind.
Yeah. He texted me, too.
Guernsey's bummed. He loves the Sklar brothers and can't make it on Friday. He was going to just come in and hang and
he loves those
not
guys,
even be on the show. He just wanted to hang out and meet those guys, but he can't make
Guernsey's
it in.
the best.
You know who was fun? Was listening to Richard Pitino yesterday.
He's great.
I love how cocky that guy is.
Yeah, he's
good dude.
Great.
Seems like a good dude.
Yeah, man. He was like, I've won 26 games 2 years in a row.
Yeah, no big deal.
No big deal.
Just crushing it.
Yeah. It was a good interview, though. And they were talking about, what do you got to do to win here? He's like get people who have money to give people money?
Yeah. Yep. Well, we can ask Parker Fox, because Parker Fox and Taylor Heisey will be here in the 8 o'clock hour, so we can ask her about the old frost.
What's on their mind.
And we can ask Parker about his coach getting fired at 1:30 in the morning. And people still pretty mad about that. I'm sure Ben's the most mad about it.
Yeah.
Hey, great. I just got a message. I just landed. I wonder what this says. Meet me at the office immediately. Whoops.
Yeah.
That can't be good.
Bring your playbook.
Yep. So we'll talk to Parker about that. We'll talk to Taylor about some hockey and the frost and the PWHL. That's a little bit later. Carly will be here in 30 minutes. But first, it's time for the news.
It is time for the news. I'm going to hit the intro for you right now.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey, presented by Carboni's Pizzeria.
How good would that be right now? I take some of that.
Thanks, Carbonis.
Yeah, thank you, Carbonis. Man, blizzard conditions are in the weather forecast tomorrow for the Twin Cities, but mostly southern Minnesota. National Weather Service says the snow will be heavy and wet. 4 to 9 inches of accumulation.
Today or tomorrow?
Says tomorrow.
Right, I think it's right now in the south.
Because I thought it was supposed to be today.
Yeah, you're right. You know what?
Yeah.
For some reason, this didn't update from yesterday. Sorry, that's today. Freezing! Oh, here we go. Let me start again. See if it... okay, here we go. Blizzard conditions are in the weather forecast for later today for the Twin Cities in southern Minnesota. National Weather Service says snow will be heavy and wet. 4 to 9 inches of accumulation is expected in places like Fairmont, Faribault, and Red Wing. A winter storm watch will be in effect now until later tonight in Scott, Dakota, and Washington counties. Y'all be careful out there, okay? We need everyone, We wonder what's on your mind.
Dakota.
freezing.
Right here, a pillow made of concrete. The Bade part is the best
part.
B-A-D-E.
Yeah.
Pillow made of concrete.
He's right.
That's how he says it.
Yeah, he's right.
It's the best.
Minnesota 6th District State Senator was arrested for trying to solicit a minor for prostitution.
Okay, now hang on. Let's hear it out.
Bloomington Police, by the way, our guy was in rare form yesterday, man.
Was he?
Yeah. Chief Hodges was the best. Booker Hodges. Bloomington Police said they have arrested Justin Eichhorn, a GOP senator from District 6. He was arrested on Monday after he was talking to what he thought was a 17-year-old girl. Police were posing as the girl. He was arrested without incident. Both parties in the Minnesota government have requested that Eichhorn resign immediately.
Finkel is Eichhorn. Eichhorn is a man.
When he takes the plunger to his face, it's such a great scene.
I bet Eichhorn wishes he was Ray Finkel now because Finkel's probably doing better than this idiot.
Finkel is a man.
You know what's insane?
Great bit.
You know what's insane about this? Sauce, you and I last week talked about how we can't stop watching those videos where child predators get their asses kicked.
It's the best.
I don't know what it is about those videos. This is why those people are so down the rabbit hole that, again, most of them cannot be rehabilitated.
You are correct.
All of us, at least in our generation, we're aware of the show To Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
Now all of us are seeing all these predators get their asses kicked on social media.
Yeah.
I think 99.99% of these child predators know that it could be a scam.
Yes.
Right? You could be talking to a police officer. I don't think anybody goes, oh, there's no way they're going to catch me. It's the internet.
Yeah, come on.
Almost everybody knows this could be a scam. I could be talking to an undercover officer. I could be in huge trouble. And guess what? They still do it.
Yes, they still do it.
So they're so far gone that they're like, I'm willing to play the odds. This isn't going to be a cop. This is going to be an underage kid, and I'm going to get away with this. Doesn't matter how graphic the conversation is, what I send them, what I ask for in return. This ain't going to be a cop. Yeah. They gamble because they can't help themselves.
Yeah. Louis C.K. has got a bit about this on his SNL monologue from however many years ago. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, honestly, where do we get those guys, Sauce, that threw the pumpkin in the back of that guy's head?
Yeah,
Can we have Eichhorn get a pumpkin to the back of the head as hard as possible?
Or body slammed on a Walmart floor.
That would be fantastic. Right. And then walk him through a Walmart and go, ladies and gentlemen! This man was trying to have sex with a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah.
I don't know why I love the public announcement so much. Yeah. It's not like they get on the intercom at Walmart.
It's just yells.
And they're always super polite. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen.
Like it's a hear ye announcement.
Can I please have your attention? This man is so good. I can't stop watching it.
Now we're all going to have it because you're yelling it and everybody's phone is hearing it.
What, you mean everybody that I say child predator gets hit in the back of the head with a pumpkin? That's going to pop up on their feeds now?
Yeah.
You know, the predator who gets absolutely knocked out cold with a large pumpkin? God, that's the best one.
The best.
He gets rocked.
Yeah. So good.
Terrible story out of Mankato yesterday. Quick Trip employee stabbed to death while at work.
Yeah, I saw Quick Trip post from the CEO, a letter from the CEO talking about how tragic that was.
They arrested the suspect at his home. Charges are pending. Just terrible.
Do we know why? Because obviously based on the Quick Trip post, they didn't say why it happened. They just said that it happened.
No, don't know.
No idea if it was a personal thing or if it was just an impulse for whatever reason.
No idea.
Man, that's terrible.
Terrible. Just terrible.
Hideous.
Yeah. Closing arguments are completed in the federal Feeding Our Future fraud trial. The jury is expected to begin deliberating this morning at 9 a.m. Amy Bach and Salim Saeed are defendants in the case. Bach is accused of being the mastermind of the scheme to steal $250 million of taxpayer money meant to feed low-income children. I heard a great interview on Barrero with Gerdzie and Dan a couple of weeks ago with the guy from, I believe, Care 11. Forget the guy's name.
Lou Ragoose?
Yeah, Lou Ragoose. Yeah.
He's
Love
the
Lou
best.
Ragoose.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
Blue Whales.
He kept saying, I keep saying to myself, I don't need to go down there anymore because I've pretty much heard everything. And then something crazy happens. So we'll see what comes out of this.
What happened a few days ago, his tweets about the guy was like, what was there was a witness who ran one of these restaurants, and he said, the lawyer or whatever, the guy who was questioning him said, well, you only had $600,000 of business last year or whatever. And the restaurant owner, well, we deal with a lot of cash in the restaurant business. And then the lawyer goes, oh, so you're money laundering.
Yeah, right.
Because that $600,000 figure was obviously from his taxes and all that. And so
whoops.
There's some serious. Lou Ragoose is a great follow on Twitter.
He's great.
You know what's funny about that concept, though, is think of how awful most sports interviews are, like in the locker rooms, because most of them are just, so what did you say to your team at halftime? And 99% of the time, the coach will go, well, we're trying to play our game and do, and you, as a sports reporter, you just have to ask the question just in case somebody loses their mind.
Yep.
So it's day in, day out. It's the same boring press conferences, the same boring interviews, company lines. But once in a while, you get magic. And that's kind of what Lou was saying, right? Is this case had run into repetition. It was just, nothing's going to happen. But then you go and all hell breaks loose. You just need that one moment of magic. Good luck to everybody in that case.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
Yeah.
You seem very nice.
Yeah.
Where am I at here? Oh, yeah. Just a quick aside as a rock concert update. Steve Miller Band's playing at the State Fair. That's cool. You may never get to see him again.
Yeah.
One of the best of all time.
Yeah.
How many bands have been announced? Are they first?
No, there's been a few announced.
Yeah. What are the other ones?
In fact,
that's right around the corner.
Man, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know that this is kind of actually late in the schedule for somebody to be announced.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's August 28th and it's March or so,
Yeah.
But Steve Miller Band. That'll be great. August 28th.
Have you played with them, Hogs?
I never have. Never seen them. I'd like to.
Never saw them?
Never seen them.
Man,
well, I would have lost that bet.
Yeah, same.
Nope, never have. I'd like to.
So you're going?
If I'm not already gigging, I will even make myself go to the State Fair for that.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Zacho, do you have the
so almost half of them have been announced now. So Thursday, August 21st, Old Dominion.
Okay, that's right, yeah.
Sunday, August 24th, Melissa Etheridge and Indigo Girls.
Oh, I'd love that. I'd love to see that show, too. Come to my window.
Monday, August 25th, Happy Together tour featuring the Turtles.
Oh, yeah.
Jay and the Americans, Little Anthony, Gary Puckett and the Union Gap, the Vogues and the Cowsills.
Excuse me?
Yep.
Tuesday, August 26th, Def Leppard.
Yeah, man.
With special guest, Brother Kane.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's cool. Brother Kane got no shame.
Oh, yeah.
Good tune, man. Got no one to blame.
Steve Miller Band with special guest, The Rascals, on Thursday, August 28th.
You rascal.
That's it so far?
That is it so far.
All right. So far, I can safely say I will not be attending a State Fair concert this year, but you never know. There's still half the acts to go.
Def Leppard, baby. I can't
Def Leppard, man. We've got no shame band.
You got no shame.
That's a good tune. 2 NASA astronauts are back on Earth after a 9-month stay on the International Space Station. Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore had to stay far longer than planned aboard the ISS after issues with their Boeing Starliner spacecraft. They returned home in a SpaceX capsule Tuesday afternoon, splashing down off the coast of Florida.
Supposed to be 10 days, ended up being 9 months. And the crazy thing is that I completely forgot about is the reacclimation process. Did you see him, basically getting gurneyed out of there? And you wonder how long it takes for them to just be able to raise their arms and have them feel normal. Wonder how long that takes to just completely get used to the gravitational pull of Earth.
Ugh. But fascinating video to watch. And obviously they used to do that in the old days, the whole splashdown. But it was grainy video from a ship 200 miles away. Now they got drones that are right on top of it. It's cool.
I wonder, I'm sure they're going to be on all the talk shows, right? They're going to get interviewed by 60 Minutes and Today's Show. And
they might call in next week.
Maybe.
Yeah, they might. That'd be great.
I wonder if they're 100% honest, if they truly thought they were making it back.
Yeah.
Even if everybody says, look, this is going to be a while, but we got you. This isn't life and death. You have enough supplies.
Yeah.
We're going to get up there. It just might be a couple of months. I know you thought it was 10 days. But I wonder if you're floating around in space and it's just the two of you.
Yeah.
doesn't your mind start to wander and you go, are they effing with us?
Yeah.
Are we ever getting out of here?
Yeah.
There was 4 of them, actually.
Yeah, there's 4 total.
There was,
4 total?
Another NASA astronaut and a Russian cosmonaut. I wonder if you have any private time for a little, yerky. You know what I mean? Like, or was he up there for 9 months going, God, I'm about to explode, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know why
It's a question that
Crazy eyes.
Yeah.
even when we had literal astronauts that we were talking to on the show, to the ISS, I wanted to ask, but obviously we didn't.
I know we should have.
Yeah.
Hey, how do you take care of your business?
Yeah, do you hammer yourself?
Yeah, you have to, right?
Yeah,
I should have asked him real quick when we got him on the phone screener thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Hey, before we go on the air, can you tell me something real
Yeah.
quick?
How's your prostate?
Yeah. You getting after it? Are you showing it who's boss?
But our top story in the news today is that the Vikings have rejected multiple trade calls on J.J. McCarthy, telling other teams they're moving forward with him as their starting quarterback. From .com, Tom Pelissero, it's official. We have a quarterback. Stop the rumors. Stop the presses. J.J. McCarthy is our guy. It's time to start celebrating and buy your jerseys today.
So I never bought the Aaron Rodgers hype, but Sauce, the point you kept making last week was the one that I still don't know the answer to, is why didn't the Vikings put water on this fire earlier by saying, look, no offense to Aaron, but we're not interested. This is our guy.
Yep.
Thanks to Sam, thanks to Daniel Jones, but our plan is JJ. So we're not interested in a veteran quarterback that's here to start. They could have done that a week ago and shilled all the rumors. They didn't. Yeah. And Zach, I think you asked last week, well, what's in it for them to let these rumors linger like the cranberries? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that either. Is it, well, then you're talking about the Vikings for another week? I guess. But is there really a lot of advantage to that? I don't know what the advantage is.
Well,
Who
and
knows?
Tom's pretty plugged in.
Yeah, he's pretty plugged in.
Well, for sure. And, I mean, maybe I'm sure there was some kind of an angle towards, about why they were doing that. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I get the Aaron Rodgers side 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Make the Steelers sweat it out. Make them throw maybe more money at you as you're flirting with the Vikings. And I understand why he would think this might be the best spot for him. This might be better than the Pittsburgh spot. But he's going to end up in Pittsburgh. I don't know where Russell Wilson's going to go. Do you think he's going to go to Cleveland or New York? He met with them both. Didn't get a contract from either.
Yeah.
I would go New York if I were him.
I think he's going to New York. And
yeah, that's a perfect market for him.
Yeah.
What about Cleveland then? Kenny Pickett, or do you think they trade for Kirk still, even though Kirk...
I can't believe they kept him on the roster and paid him that money.
Man, if we could get him for almost nothing, he'd be a great backup for us.
Yeah.
But he's not interested in backing up either. Those guys at the end of their career, they want to win.
Yeah,
they want to play.
Yeah. Kirko has no interest in being a backup, even though he is.
He is going to be.
Hey, Zacho Directo?
Yes.
When we talk to Tom Pelissero in the next segment, should he StreamYard or should we call him?
If he can StreamYard, I guess that'd be great. Yeah.
How about that, guys?
That's great.
100%.
Yeah, he's the guy who just broke the news.
Yeah,
JJ's our guy.
Perfect.
He's going to join us next.
All right, we'll do sports next with Tom Pelissero. We'll talk about this update, I guess, that the Vikings are just saying, look, we're not interested in Aaron. We're moving forward with JJ, which should have been the answer all along, but thankfully they finally said it. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
PayPal lets you pay all your pals, like your graduation gifters.
Who's paying for the mattress topper?
You mean the beanbag chair?
Aren't we getting a mini fridge?
Can we create a pool on PayPal? It lets us collect the money before we buy.
Ooh, yes, that's smart.
Glad we can agree on something.
Easily pool, split, and send money with PayPal. Get started in the PayPal app. A PayPal account is required to send and receive money. A balance account is required to create a pool.
Struggling to get out of bed? It might be time for an upgrade. Lisa makes exceptionally comfortable mattresses designed for every body and budget. But what truly sets them apart is their commitment to giving back. Since 2015, they've donated over 41,000 mattresses nationwide. Elevate your sleep and your space with Lisa. Go to lisa.com for 20% off their award-winning mattresses, plus an extra $50 off with promo code IHEART. That's LEESA.com. Promo code IHEART for an extra $50 off.
When it comes to playtime, never let your squad down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Push your gameplay beyond performance with 13th Gen Intel Core processors. Upgrade to smooth, high-quality streaming with Intel Wi-Fi 6E. And maximize game performance with enhanced overclocking. Win the tech search and head to Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Hey, it's Ryan Seacrest. Life comes at you fast, which is why it's important to find some time to relax. A little you time. Enter Chumba Casino. With no download required, you can jump on anytime, anywhere for the chance to redeem some serious prizes. So treat yourself with Chumba Casino and play over 100 online casino-style games, all for free. Go to ChumbaCasino.com to collect your free welcome bonus. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back, Power Trip Morning Show. Normally we're just doing our Fan 5 right here, but because of the giant breaking Vikings news, the big announcement, we're bringing them in early. We're doing our Vikings news early, and our guy from the NFL Network, the main man, Tom Pelissero, our friend, is on StreamYard right now. Tom, can you hear me? Check, check, hi, check, 1, 2. Uh-oh. Does that go? There he is.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. I see you. Fantastic. I hear you. I'm with you. I feel you. You've broken news for us. We've got a quarterback. Talk to us about what's happening down at Viking land.
This is all part of an ongoing process here that the Vikings have been going through. The upshot of what I reported this morning is the Vikings have gotten trade calls about J.J. McCarthy based on everything that's been out there publicly and in the media. They have rejected those trade calls on J.J. McCarthy. And what they've told other teams is we're moving forward with J.J. McCarthy as our quarterback. They still intend and plan to add a veteran quarterback, whether that's through free agency or the draft, and they believe there are options there. But they are not pursuing Aaron Rodgers at this time. J.J. McCarthy is entering the offseason as QB1. This is something that's not just about 2025. It's about 2026, 27, beyond. This is a guy you believe can be your franchise quarterback. What's the best way to set him up and make sure that he's getting maximum exposure, maximum opportunities to grow into that type of a role? Kevin O'Connell and Aaron Rodgers have known each other for like 15 years. They're both from California. They've been talking since they were both NFL players. And so Minnesota's a place that quarterbacks want to come. And when a four-time NFL MVP says, hey, I'd like to play there, you'd be derelict in your duties as the coach or the GM or anyone else with the organization to not sit back and go, okay, let's at least have this discussion. And so there's been a lot of dialogue. There's a ton of respect between Kevin O'Connell and Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers has been made aware that the Vikings are going to go in another direction right now, which means that his options are the Giants, the Steelers, or wait, potentially retire, but potentially just wait and see does anything else develop someplace around the NFL in the coming months here. The Steelers stand waiting to sign Aaron Rodgers. The Giants stand waiting to sign Aaron Rodgers. He's got to make up his mind. For the Vikings, though, this is very much them giving J.J. McCarthy the opportunity that a knee injury cut short a year ago, which is step in, be the guy. Let's see how he develops through the course of this offseason. I'm told that his weight is back up. He's weighing like 207 to 209 right now. The knee is not an issue for him. He's been working out at the facility. He looks great. Now here comes that opportunity for him to potentially solidify a position that every Vikings fan knows. It's been a long time since, at least with a rookie quarterback, that it's truly been solidified for years to come.
Tom Pelissero, NFL Network, joins us, and you can watch him on KFAN.com/watch right now if you want to see him say what he's about to say. So just to clarify, so what you're saying, Tom, is it wasn't just that KOC and Aaron Rodgers go way back and they know each other and there's mutual respect. So the silence that we've heard from the Vikings the last couple of weeks as all these other backup quarterbacks have signed and we're like, uh-oh, like we're running out of options here. And it looked like Aaron was holding out, waiting for the Vikings. Are you saying that the Vikings were silent because they were truly considering this? Even though everything you just laid out with JJ makes the most sense long-term, that seems to be the most logical plan. But they had to hit pause and say, should we do this? What are the pros? What are the cons? This was a serious consideration.
Well, how often is a 41-year-old four-time NFL MVP sitting out there and saying, hey, I'd really like to come to Minnesota. I'd come and not have to make a lot of money. I'd just like to play there and finish my career the right way. And those are, I'm paraphrasing, obviously. I'm not on those calls, but that's more or less the message that Aaron Rodgers delivered. And so, again, him and Kevin O'Connell have a very close relationship, and there was a ton of back and forth there. And there's a lot to consider here because, again, it's not just about this year. It's about where does this go in the future? Aaron Rodgers at age 41 is not Aaron Rodgers at age 31. He's not the same player. He doesn't move the same way. but you saw flashes toward the end of last season of what he still can do. It would alter your locker room dynamics. It would certainly alter your team. It would alter, at minimum, the trajectory of J.J. McCarthy's career, if not his future in Minnesota. All those things had to be taken into account. The Vikings are never going to speak in absolutes. And I'm sure after 4 years of Kevin and Kwesi running the organization, you guys have figured that out. There's very rarely a hard line, yes, we will, no, we won't. It's usually you leave every door open because you just don't know. God forbid something were to happen to J.J. McCarthy in minicamp and Aaron Rodgers is still sitting out there. You can't totally slam the door on anything at that point because you would need something different. But right now they've got a healthy J.J. McCarthy who looks really good, who's motivated to embrace this opportunity. That's what they've told other teams when they've called on J.J. McCarthy. Hey, would you trade him? Absolutely not. He's our guy. We're moving forward with him as our quarterback here. And, that's going to be their plan going into the offseason, allowing them to have a young quarterback on a rookie contract and allowing you to spend the way that the Vikings have spent to solidify the interior offensive and defensive lines over these past few weeks.
What does this do for Rodgers and now going to the Steelers? All these rumors that have been out there, now you confirming basically that he has flirted with the Vikings and now he's got to go hat in hand back to Pittsburgh or New York or wherever it is. What does that do for him?
I don't know that it's hat in hand, Sauce, because there's been ongoing dialogue, from what I'm told, between Aaron Rodgers, his agent, and the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers has been speaking directly to certain members of the organization. He's very much remained engaged. I think it's fair to say this, and this is my words, not anybody from the Vikings telling me this. I believe that the Vikings and Aaron Rodgers was always a long shot. I think that it was painted by certain people to be like a 50-50 proposition. Hey, are you going to choose J.J. McCarthy? Are you going to choose Aaron Rodgers? This was always about how do we set this up for J.J. McCarthy in the long run while also giving ourselves the best opportunity to win in 2025. And those two things are, in conflict at times. But I never got the sense that this was a strong possibility with Aaron Rodgers. Again, you have to consider it because it's such a unique opportunity here. But they also know what they've got in J.J. McCarthy. They believe they know what they've got in him. They've got full confidence that he's going to become that player. The reality is there's an unknown when you're talking about a first-round pick who didn't take a single snap the entire season because of a knee injury. I mean, there's just not a lot of precedent for that. And the Vikings pursued other things in terms of Sam Darnold. Ultimately, and again, I hate to be just going around here knocking down reports, but I'll knock down another one here. They never offered Sam Darnold a long-term contract. They offered him a one-year contract. It was certainly below anything that he was going to be getting from the Seattle Seahawks. No matter how you look at that 3-year contract that he signed there. Sam ultimately made, and I asked him about this on the Insiders when he came on the show, and he said, hey, ultimately it's a business. Yeah, it was hard leaving Minnesota, but it's a business. He took a lot more money to go to Seattle and an opportunity where he doesn't have last year's first-round pick breathing down his neck. The Vikings then turned their attention to Daniel Jones. That was the plan, was to bring Daniel Jones back. They were competitive in their offer. From my understanding, they offered more money to Daniel Jones. But once they realized that in a place where, again, quarterbacks want to come to Minnesota, every veteran out there would love to come to Minnesota. When they got the sense that Daniel Jones was not committed and convicted that he wanted to come back, they pulled the offer. They pulled Daniel Jones' offer, told him we're moving on, and he went to Indianapolis. So, this idea that, hey, the options are drying up and this guy signed here, and what are the Vikings going to do? I would just tell you guys again, my words, I don't believe that any of the players who have signed outside of Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones, I don't believe any of those guys were players that the Vikings were targeting to be the other veteran quarterback in the room. And I don't necessarily know that any of the current free agents, in terms of the other logical names or the obvious big names that are on the street, I don't know that any of them are what the Vikings plan is going to be here. There are other avenues that they can pursue. A trade for a veteran quarterback is another option. But again, the key here is this is and has always been about how do we structure this thing for J.J. McCarthy, both for this year and the long run, to have the maximum level of success under unusual circumstances. That's where their focus remains, and JJ's QB1 as we head into the offseason.
NFL insider Tom Pelissero kind enough to shoehorn us in. I know you got to get back to TV, so one more question before I let you go. Just on the whole, has any team had a better offseason in free agency than the Minnesota Vikings?
Well, I think that, that's kind of been covered up a little bit. Nobody's talking about all the Vikings offseason moves that they've made. They went in with a clear plan, which was, hey, we need to get better, bigger, tougher, more physical on the interior of both lines. That's what showed up, especially in the Rams playoff game. They couldn't protect, and they couldn't get after the quarterback the same way that the Rams front was. And so what do? They go out and they sign Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave, two guys who, by the way, don't impact the comp pick formula because they were both released by their respective teams. They signed Ryan Kelly, who is getting toward the end of his career, but he can still really play, good locker room guy to play center. And then Will Fries, who obviously they signed off on. He's been dealing with a leg injury, but they've signed off on that, and they gave him a bunch of money. They invested a ton in shoring that up. I know the Vikings are super fired up about what they were able to accomplish in free agency here. There are some bets that are made. There's no question about it when you're signing guys who are on the other side of age 30 and are coming off of injuries in the case of both Hargrave and Allen. But at the same time, that's sometimes where you get your value. It might sound trivial to a lot of people who are watching from the outside looking in or, kind of casual observers on this, but don't overlook the compensatory pick formula in a lot of this here. The Vikings not only are going to get, in all likelihood, a high compensatory pick for Sam Darnold, they should get a pretty good compensatory pick for Daniel Jones, which is like plucked out of the sky because he was on the 53-man roster for one game. The fact that they invested the money not in Milton Williams, but in two guys who have been cut, those guys don't count against the formula. So, there's still some things in terms of when and where does Cam Robinson sign? What is the Vikings backup quarterback option? All those things are going to impact the formula too. But a team that's, they have traded some current and future draft picks for players. I like the Jordan Mason trade as well. Mason can play for the 49ers for whatever reason, didn't want to pay him $5+ million this season. So the Vikings get an established guy now to take some of that workload off of Aaron Jones. But don't overlook the fact that a team that's given up some of those picks now has a chance to replenish them. And by virtue of, even though it didn't end up the way they wanted to with Daniel Jones, which, listen, if the Vikings had their choice a week ago after Sam Darnold was gone to Seattle, Daniel Jones would have been back and he would have been the second guy in the room with J.J. McCarthy. Well, there are worse outcomes than potentially picking up a significant compensatory pick in return.
Thanks for the impromptu time, Tom. I appreciate it, man.
You got it, fellas.
Thank you, buddy. There you go.
Tom Pelissero, NFL Network.
I'm going to tell you guys, Aaron Rodgers talked himself out of a job. I feel like he did. I think they got in a room with him, and maybe they were considering it, and then he was Aaron Rodgers, and they were like, oh, yeah, you're Aaron Rodgers. And then they said, no, thank you.
Yeah, I think they worried about what it would have
I
done.
never wanted him, and
McCarthy.
I'm so glad that...
Yeah, you've always stood strong on that.
I did.
You did seem to not sway.
Yeah, you didn't. You didn't. You were always on that hill. You'll die on that hill.
That's right. That's the hill I'm going to die on.
I'm proud of you.
Because I got tired walking up the hill.
Yeah, I get out of breath doing that.
Yeah.
Well, that's sweet.
How cool.
Yeah, now we can move forward.
Let's go. JJ's our guy. It's official. Minnesota Vikings have named JJ their quarterback. He's
Still
our
don't know
guy.
who the hell the backup's going to be. And Tom just said, look, there's a million different options that aren't the obvious ones, but still.
Yeah, in other words, we're going to trade for somebody.
Yeah, or draft. But again, we don't have a lot of draft picks. You want to use one of those 4 or 5? What is it, 4?
No, we need a vet.
4 or 5?
I think it's 4. 2 fifths, 1/3, and a first.
How about the Daniel Jones thing? I didn't know that we're going to get a good draft pick for him. Just for that?
I didn't know that either, but
compensatory
it makes
pick?
sense. That's why they put him on
Just
the roster.
one game is all he had to do. Wow.
Yep.
Brilliant. Look at you guys.
Vikings news, even though we just did it, is next. Power to your morning show, fan.
The Fan. PayPal lets you pay all your pals, like your graduation gifters.
Who's paying for the mattress topper?
You mean the beanbag chair?
Aren't we getting a mini fridge?
Can we create a pool on PayPal? It lets us collect the money before we buy.
Ooh, yes, that's smart.
Glad we can agree on something.
Easily pool, split, and send money with PayPal. Get started in the PayPal app. A PayPal account is required to send and receive money. A balance account is required to create a pool.
Struggling to get out of bed? It might be time for an upgrade. Lisa makes exceptionally comfortable mattresses designed for every body and budget. But what truly sets them apart is their commitment to giving back. Since 2015, they've donated over 41,000 mattresses nationwide. Elevate your sleep and your space with Lisa. Go to lisa.com for 20% off their award-winning mattresses, plus an extra $50 off with promo code IHEART. That's LEESA.com. Promo code IHEART for an extra $50 off.
When it comes to playtime, never let your squad down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Push your gameplay beyond performance with 13th Gen Intel Core processors. Upgrade to smooth, high-quality streaming with Intel Wi-Fi 6E. And maximize game performance with enhanced overclocking. Win the tech search and head to Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, welcome back, Power Trip Morning Show. Here we are. Oh, sorry, Zach, I turned off your microphone. If you have things to sell the good people, please go ahead.
The Power Hour continues at KFAN.com/watch. It's powered by Quantum Fiber. Your World Unleashed. Just a quick little early start to it. And you got your Godsmack shirt on. And you look good.
Godsmack. Thank you. I appreciate that, Zach. Thank you. I've been working hard. You know, I'm 54 years old. My boobies were sagging. Had to do something about it. Thanks to our friends at Discover Strength. Working my butt off. I almost Tracy Morgan on the floor the other day.
Oh, really?
God, they worked me out hard.
Got somebody pregnant?
Oh.
Or vomiting?
I got somebody pregnant. God, he's funny.
Yeah.
Love him. Hey, we'll do Vikings news in a minute. I sent a text to Ben Lieber and he ignored me.
Oh.
I was hoping he would come on and talk to us about JJ.
Yeah.
But he just ignored me. I bet he is literally urinating on his phone right now.
Why?
Because he gets so mad at me when I text him. He's not supposed to be.
Well, either way, he always was in the JJ camp as well.
Me
He
too.
was anti-Rodgers.
He and I talked about it a lot.
Hawk was,
and
for
he likes
sure.
Rodgers as a person. Ben does. He's not anti-Aaron Rodgers as a person, just didn't think it made any sense.
Yeah. No.
So he was always on Team JJ.
Just like me.
Yep, just like you.
Just like me.
You never
I
switched
never
sides.
wavered.
No, he never did.
Listen, guys, here's how it works in radio. One of us had to be on the Aaron Rodgers side just in case it actually happened.
Right.
One of us did. Right?
Sauce was kind of teetering.
I know.
I would
teeter like
shocking.
on Yellowstone.
You flow with the wind anyway.
Oh, you
Of
ride
course.
like the wind, I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
You're
That's
welcome.
very kind
sure
of you.
Do, buddy.
Yeah.
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip, presented by
Renco.
Your truck accessories pro.
In case you missed it, here's Sauce with the breaking news.
Hold on.
Can't do it off the top of your head?
Yeah, we just talked about it for 12
You
minutes.
can do it off the top of your head.
Well, I just
Ladies
wanted-
and gentlemen,
I just wanted to make sure Tom got the correct stuff.
Well, just
You're afraid
the
paraphrase it.
Vikings
Ladies
are
and
sticking
gentlemen.
with.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The Vikings are sticking with.
Ladies and gentlemen.
JJ McCarthy. They are not pursuing
Ladies and
Aaron
gentlemen.
Rodgers at this time. So JJ McCarthy is their QB1.
He's our guy. Buy your jerseys
QB1.
now.
You bought one, didn't you?
I got 4 of them.
Well, that's a lot.
Yeah, well, I want to support him. JJ gets that money.
Yeah.
I want him to have a happy life.
Yeah, that's good.
You know,
so
happy
does that
quarterback,
go.
right?
I do think we have a little bit of a Sam Darnold factor, though, yet again, Chris Hockey. Last year, they were projected to get 6.5 wins. That was the Vegas / DraftKings over-under, because nobody thought Sam Darnold was worth a bleep, including me, right? Because his career up until that point was a disaster. Sam was awesome last year, except for the 2 games that mattered most, but still was awesome, right? Had a 100 passer rating or more like a bazillion times, broke a Vikings record, great numbers across the board, revitalized his career. Good for him, he got paid. Look, the Vikings are projected to finish 4th.
Ridiculous.
Yes.
In Vegas and on DraftKings.
Even as of right now?
Yeah, 4th most likely to win the division.
Man, if I were a betting man.
Well, last year, you said, I think it's going to go way over the 6.5, right? We didn't know it would be historically good and get to 14 and get way over the 6.5. But if they're going to be projected to be 4th this year, my guess is that 6.5, 7.5 range is where they're going to be projected.
Yeah.
So on paper, this team is loaded.
Let's load this some bitch up.
So what's the one question mark? What's the one unknown? The variable, that's quarterback.
Yeah.
If JJ is ready and KOC's been molding him for a year, even when he can't practice or play, if the kid can play,
it's on.
We might be competitive in year 1.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I believe .com Tom was trying to tell us something. I felt like he was winking at me the whole time.
Yeah, well, we're
going to trade for some veteran quarterback. I wonder who it's going to be.
Because I can't believe they're going to draft one because they're not drafting one in the first round.
No, and besides that, you don't have a backup as a rookie.
Yeah.
You don't have your rookie as a backup.
Unless you're Washington when they drafted 2 rookie quarterbacks.
Yes,
right, but in general, that's not what the Vikings need, right? They need somebody that if he gets hurt or if he's struggling for whatever reason, you got to put somebody in there that is ready, not somebody that would also need time to learn. So I don't quite get the let's draft somebody to be his backup. Which means you're either signing somebody like Flacco or Tannehill, or you're trading for somebody on somebody else's roster that is either upset that they didn't win the quarterback battle in camp or something, or they get released because it didn't work out. Maybe they just play the long game and wait. I don't know, but maybe the obvious names are just not that obvious. That's why I liked Lieber's Tannehill off the top rope. It's like, well, all right, that's out of the box. Right, as we're watching Cooper Rush and Mason Rudolph and all these guys sign, it's like, man, that's another backup option that's gone. Tom just flat out said, how about Tom winking and flat out saying he didn't believe any of those other names that came off the board were the Vikings' plan.
Yeah, that was huge.
So what were you going to say, Zacho?
Minshew Mania as well, right?
Well, he told me what he was sort of hinting at.
Oh.
He said that he wanted to let you know that he loved your Godsmack t-shirt.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, I didn't get that. I didn't get that. I thought maybe you were going to say he was going to go with Carly's hot friend. What's his name? Garoppolo, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Garoppolo.
Maybe.
Good locker room guy.
Hey, the only other thing that he said that I was confused by that I would have to ask for clarification, but again, we didn't have a lot of time because he's got other duties. Daniel Jones got, 18.5 from the Colts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Tom not say that the Vikings offered him more money, but then they pulled their offer and then he signed with the Colts? Does he mean they offered him more than 18.5? Because that's insane.
Yeah,
to pay a backup quarterback $20 million.
That's insane, yeah. Even when you have all that money, that's insane. Yeah.
That makes no sense.
That's like buying 2 of the same car.
One has
was that an unveiled shot at me?
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
I'm going to go buy it today. I've decided.
Pretty veiled,
I've made
actually.
the decision. Yeah, you're right.
But, do you, man.
Yeah, I'm going to butt do me.
Yeah, butt do you.
Yeah, buy as many Fiats as you want.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much. I'm going to have a Fiat.
Yeah.
All right, that's Vikings news. Thanks to Radco. Should we do just Fan 5 and you can go around the rest of the sports world, Saw, since we didn't do that when we were talking to Tom?
Yeah, let me hit the open because we have a lovely sponsor.
Time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around, your TimberTech deck building contractor.
All around the world.
Garrett Bradbury, another former Viking, has reached an agreement on a 2-year deal worth up to $12 million, including $3.8 million guaranteed with the Patriots.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Go ahead, man. I like that guy. Good dude. He always talked to us, man.
Yeah, great guy.
When we were in the locker room after a loss and didn't have much last year, and we were like, who's going to talk to us? He was one of the guys who would talk to us.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Great dude, yeah. And Brian O'Neill had a very nice goodbye to him on Instagram.
Did they have a touching moment?
I just think that he really liked him. I think they were close. I think they were in each
Goodbye,
other.
Garrett B.
Yeah, oh my God, did he do that?
Yeah, he did.
He did his own version of Elton John. Does he play piano?
Now he's getting sued. Yeah, because it was podcasted on iHeart.
No, you can't do that, brother.
No.
I wish he had talked to us about it. You can't do that.
Hawk's favorite. Oh, Hawk, are you going to do the core versus 4? Am I the only one doing it?
As of right now, you're the only one
He's
in.
the only one doing it.
No, you're the only one.
You have no interest, Hawk?
I have no interest in it.
Wow.
Because I have to be interested in basketball.
Can I ask you something, Sauce? And I like to gamble. I don't care either way. If it's just the two of us, should we call it off?
Make a difference.
How about
it? Kind of defeats the
if
purpose.
you guys are going to call it off, I'll do it.
How about we do it for a Caniac?
No.
man.
Stop doing Caniac crap. I love Caniacs. Don't get me wrong. Put money where your mouth is, mouthy.
Yeah,
All right.
mouthy.
Well, but if he does it, it's free
I'll
money.
do it then, whatever. Zach, help me pick out teams.
Ben,
What sport
Ben
are we
will
talking
get
about
it.
again?
Ben always does
I
it.
think Duke is good.
I think, yeah.
Hang on. Ben
Just do
will get in
the
tomorrow
number
for sure.
1 seeds.
You think Dookie's good?
Yeah, well, what is it?
It's one of the best albums from the 90s.
Yeah, so good.
You know what? Parker Fox will be in here soon. He'll help me pick out some
Yes,
games.
that's the guy you should ask.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Because he thinks Michigan State can shoot hoopers.
What?
Those poor hoopers.
Yeah, the guy from Jaws.
What
Please
is it?
don't shoot him.
Yeah, don't shoot him.
Hoopa!
He almost got eaten by a shark.
Yeah.
Swim.
Spoiler.
Swim,
Almost.
hoopa.
Almost.
Watch out for the falling head, Hoopa.
I don't care if the shark explodes.
Yeah.
Right? That swim back must have been terrifying.
There's other sharks.
Right. They seemed very content, like, hope the tide's with us. Like, I think we're good. It's like, okay, that shark's dead.
Yeah.
You're in a giant pile of blood, which sharks can sense from a long ways out.
They seem to like it. They like blood.
And there's shark blood.
And you're a crip, so you're really screwed.
Yeah, you're in trouble, man.
There's quint blood in the water. Like, you're covered in it.
You know, it's 20th day.
Sharks are going to be swirling, and you're making a lot of noise splashing on that little buoy thing that you've concocted.
Yeah, buoy.
You're an appetizer. You're mozzarella sticks to these great white sharks. You better swim faster, buddy.
Get your ass moving.
That's a great point. Never thought of it like that.
I've seen that movie 200 times, so I've thought about it a lot. Not too many. It's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, how dare you question his times?
Wow. Okay.
You're supposed to be doing sports.
The first round
that was
of the
swimming.
NCAA tournament.
That was competitive swimming.
Well played. Yeah. The most competitive.
The most. Life and death competitive swimming.
You are correct, sir. The first round starts tomorrow, the NCAA basketball tournament with Creighton battling Louisville.
I always said Creighton. Is it Creighton?
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday.
I'm glad you did.
Two teams that are kind of regionally pronounced differently.
That game is at 11:15. The first play-in game started last night with Alabama State beating St. Francis 70-68
Francis.
in a last-second basket. Then North Carolina smoked San Diego State 95-68. The last two play-in games is Mount St. Mary battles American University at 5:40, and then Xavier battles Texas at 8:10.
That was a dramatic pause.
Yeah, it was weird. Like,
I'm just making sure I wrote it. Just making sure I wrote
I thought you were going to make us guess as well.
I thought you were going to take a sip.
No, I don't have my coffee.
A sip.
Oh.
I don't have my coffee anymore.
What's wrong?
I just didn't go get it. And you know me, I don't like to complain.
No, not
it's not
you.
my thing.
Definitely not.
Don't start.
You hate the coffee here, though.
Yeah, but I drink it because,
Because you got a problem?
Because,
Well, I mean,
better
we
than
haven't
nothing?
seen Bonus in a long time.
There's Carly. Why don't you have her get you coffee?
why
She
don't you
will
ask
stop.
her?
She's lovely.
No, yeah, but I'm not going to ask her that.
So now you're in a bad mood because the coffee here sucks?
I'm not in a bad mood.
He's just not working well.
Oh, that's true.
I'm sorry. I was trying to stand up for you.
That's a good point. Do you think you would be better on the radio if we had better coffee here?
I don't
Do you think
know.
it would help the show?
What if Chip
Are
Coffee-
you-
what
you're
if
in-
Chip Coffee came in?
No,
Yeah,
then
the
Corey,
psychic.
Then Corey would fight him.
And what if he told you had prostate cancer and you should get a proctologist, or as Marnie says, a butt doctor to put a finger up there?
Yeah. Well, that'd be interesting.
Hey, Carly. I bought some pants on the online.
Oh,
that were specifically made to make your butt look good.
Is this Temu or what website did you?
Facebook.
Okay. Facebook Marketplace?
So could you take a look at my butt, or is that
Sorry,
against
you
the
bought
rules?
you bought what?
I bought some jeans that specifically they are made to make a dude's butt look good.
Oh, I'd love to see
To
that.
lift and shape?
Yeah. Is it asking too much for you to look at my
Not
butt?
at all.
Are you wearing them now?
I am here for you.
No, he's going to hold up the pants and then ask Carly to imagine whether or not his butt would look good in those
I can
pants.
do
Over
that.
here.
I can
I'll look
do
at
that.
those slabs.
All right, do you want me to do it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring your slabs over. Like the time he wore a muscle shirt. Remember when he bought like the muscly pack?
Every shirt I wear is a muscle shirt.
So I'm
Yeah.
do you guys know the details of this? Is it the
No.
jeans themselves
Don't
or
know.
the underwear?
This is the first we've heard.
Okay.
But it sounds like it's the jeans that he wants you to rate. And don't be nice just to be nice. We want you to be honest.
Okay.
He's looking for honesty. He's looking for honesty.
So is it the jeans or is it what's under the jeans?
Well, the jeans.
Oh yeah, it gives you a butt. Yeah.
All right.
We're going to need a better camera angle.
Okay,
here.
calm down. You don't need this for later.
I mean, it's not a shelf, but
Yeah. It's not a set of slabs, but it's getting there.
no, it's a set of slabs.
Okay, but here's what he's really asking. He not just does he have a nice butt.
Here, come here. Let me feel it.
Are the jeans?
Does it feel real?
Are
Yeah,
the-
it feels real.
But are the jeans?
Now he only needs 2 wishes.
Are the jeans enhancing it, diminishing it, or just probably just breaking even? Like, are the jeans making the meter move at all, or not really?
My meter?
Yeah,
Well, I'm not really like a guy butt gal.
a guy
So-
butt
Come
gal.
over here, Hawk. Let me take a gander here.
Are you a girl butt gal?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
See right there. That's a
my
good set of
prostate.
slabs.
That's my prostate.
But then
I know. That's my point, though.
Those are good butt cheeks.
Thanks, buddy.
You're one
you
of
have a
those
nice butt.
Yeah.
one of those butt doctors that Marnie was talking about.
They do. It feels good.
Oh, there's some fab slabs.
What?
Thick thumbs.
Thank you.
Jesus, at least something else.
Yeah, that feels good.
Yeah, there's your butt.
Oh, thanks.
As you were.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm glad we settled that.
Yeah.
I wonder if we did.
People tuning in, hearing the breaking news of McCarthy and Rodgers.
Now see Hawk slabs. And me groping my coworker.
Pleasantly surprised.
All right, Carly is
Love
here.
you guys.
Parker Fox should be here in a little bit. Taylor Heisey in a little bit. See what they're up to lately. The sports power couple, even though that Parker, I don't believe he's still eligible to play. I think his 14-year Gopher career has come to an end.
He can be back up quarterback.
Maybe he can chuck that pigskin. We'll find out. More with Carly and the rest of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on the Fan.
Check it out, Zacho. Here's our song.
JJ's the quarterback. We know he's the man. JJ's gonna take us all the way to the man. JJ is gonna win the title. We stand together. We'll win it all in this game of chance. Yeah.
Goal.
He throws the ball, it soars through the air. JJ's eyes focused on the end zone, no care. The defense tries but can't stop his flare.
They can't stop his flare.
Scores, the crowd cheers, they won't despair. JJ is the future, the best in all football. With JJ we're unstoppable, we're the champions, we're strong.
Amen.
Ever wake up feeling lousy, knowing something is off with your body? You don't have time for guesswork. You need Viome. Forget all the generic health fads. Viome doesn't tell you what you want to hear. It tells you what's actually going on inside your body. By analyzing your gut microbiome, Viome delivers a custom health plan that's as unique as your DNA. It's science, not nonsense. Want energy? Want better digestion? Viome has your back. Stop trusting amateurs. Go to Viome.com for a personalized gut professional now. Call StarStar Gut to get $110 off any test. That's StarStar488 to receive a link to the offer.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include a lot more people than ourselves. Loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, we help plan your financial picture with the bigger picture in mind. Because even though our business is helping guide your finances, our ambition is to make it mean so much more. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
PayPal lets you pay all your pals, like your graduation gifters.
Who's paying for the mattress topper?
You mean the beanbag chair?
Aren't we getting a mini fridge?
Can we create a pool on PayPal? It lets us collect the money before we buy.
Ooh, yes, that's smart.
Glad we can agree on something.
Easily pool, split, and send money with PayPal. Get started in the PayPal app. A PayPal account is required to send and receive money. A balance account is required to create a pool.
Struggling to get out of bed? It might be time for an upgrade. Lisa makes exceptionally comfortable mattresses designed for every body and budget. But what truly sets them apart is their commitment to giving back. Since 2015, they've donated over 41,000 mattresses nationwide. Elevate your sleep in your space with Lisa. Go to lisa.com for 20% off their award-winning mattresses, plus an extra $50 off with promo code IHEART. That's LEESA.com. Promo code IHEART for an extra $50 off.